Hello and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today I'm talking the top 10 scary cursed rooms that are kept hidden. Although not hidden enough, because it seems that we all know about them. Now before we get into this video, why don't you guys let me know if you have ever discovered anything creepy or scary? I found a creepy ring in my chimney shaft once, which, yeah, I don't know, was it cursed? Stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to be reading some comments from a previous one, but until then, please do hit that thumbs up button. I love it when you do. Share this video with a friend that loves to be creeped out, and check out the links in our description box for our most amazing Instagrams. Alright, cursed rooms, let's do this. Coming in at number 10, we have the FRITZL guest house. Joseph FRITZL was an abominable man, of that we know. In 2008, FRITZL's House of Horrors was discovered. Now, Joseph FRITZL and his wife Rosemarie actually used to run a guest house in the town of Untracht in Mondsee in Austria. That was before they moved to Amstetten, where his House of Horrors was later discovered. As you may know, FRITZL had been keeping his daughter imprisoned in the basement of his home in a secret room hidden from view. Eventually, Elizabeth managed to break free after 24 years, may I add. The FRITZL house, in which the horrid man imprisoned his daughter in a locked room, was eventually remodeled with the secret cell removed. However, it seems that the story wasn't over. In 2017, another secret room was discovered in FRITZL's old guest house. It seems that contractors working on the property, once owned by the convict, found a staircase behind an improvised wall leading to a secret room. This seems to indicate that the predator may have imprisoned more victims in the past that police didn't know about. Coming into number 9, we have an ancient chapel. To me, this absolutely looks like a cursed room. I'm straight up calling old hidden satanic place of worship here, but maybe I'm just being a bit dramatic. Take a look at this. Now for me, from the outside, this looks like a normal detached house in the UK. The house is in Telford and it's around 230 years old, which I know sounds old to a lot of you watching, but really, for the UK, isn't that old? Owners Pat and Diane Furler suspected it may have once been a pub. It looks like it could have been. One day they decided to investigate a metal grill in their floor, but they definitely wish they hadn't. They broke through below the grill and found, well actually, let me show you some pictures. They found a totally eerie stone chamber that looked like an old chapel. It even had a crucifix on the floor. They then found that there was a staircase leading to a cupboard in another area of their house, which to me is super weird and super freaky. Why on earth would someone be praying in secret? Also, the way the cross looks on the floor, to me, is absolutely cursed. 10 out of 10 cursed. Coming into number 8, we have the missing Amber Room. The whereabouts of the Amber Room remain a mystery to this day. Once a priceless art piece belonging to the Tsars of the Russian Empire, the Amber Room was dismantled and hidden during World War II. As you likely know, in World War II, Germany invaded Russia, and the whole thing led to one of the biggest death tolls in the history of warfare. But before the Germans came, the Russians knew that they were coming, they knew that they were screwed, and they started hiding their treasures. The Amber Room, once considered the 8th wonder of the world, was a whole room made up of old Russian money. Likely old Russian blood money, if we're totally honest. Either way, they wanted to hide the room. They didn't want the Germans getting their hands on it. To this day though, it's actually never been found, although it has been reconstructed. There's a brand new Amber Room, but not the original. So I'm wondering, do we even want to know where Russians hide stuff? Because probably not. Coming in at number 7, we have Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, here's the headline for you. Rabbit hole leads to hidden caves of the Knights Templar. What? The Knights Templar, for those of you that don't know, were a secret religious order who fought the Crusaders between the 12th and 14th centuries. In March 2017, a rabbit hole in a farmer's field was explored to reveal an ancient cave. Explorer Michael Scott found the historic wonder and said it was deathly silent in the caves. I can only imagine the horrendous stuff that went on down there, honestly. It's so freaky! Look at these pictures! Coming in at number 6, we have Walt Disney's Haunted Bedroom. Disneyland, California was the OG Disney theme park. Opened in 1955, Walt Disney had several secret rooms built in the theme park, including a princess apartment in Sleeping Beauty's castle, the mysterious and elusive Club 33, and his very own apartment above the fire station on Main Street, which is kind of near the park entrance. It seems that ever since Walt Disney's passing in 1966, his old room has been haunted by his spirit. Now, according to Disney legend, a cleaner was tidying up his apartment only to notice a lamp was lit by the window, which was very strange because it had been unoccupied for some time. She then turned it off and went about her job. She was shocked to notice that the lamp had flickered back on by itself. She turned it off once more, only to see the lamp fire up again before her very eyes. Since that day, nobody has ever tried to turn the lamp off, and it is kept burning as a symbol of Walt's spirit living on in the park. Coming into number 5, we have this secret dungeon. When a video pops up in your YouTube recommendations with the title "Moved into a new apartment," warning, secret dungeon, you just have to click it because, I mean, of course you do, right? We're not idiots, we need to see this. I need to see the secret dungeon. So the description is pretty juicy. It reads, "Earlier this week I moved into a one-bed studio apartment in England. I'd never seen the place before, I paid my deposit, and after I moved in, I noticed a strange hatch in the floor. It's an old converted 19th century monastery, so I thought there might be something interesting." As it turns out, we have a dungeon. It's every badly written horror movie happening in real life. Here's a video tour I made tonight. Whew, like I said, juicy. Okay, so let's skip the beginning of the tour. I'll give you the highlights just so you know. So, the lad is living in a small ground floor apartment, old building, high ceilings, old monastery, bedroom on a mezzanine level with mirrors on the ceiling, and we're gonna skip past that really quickly. Weird, but you know, yeah, nice bathroom tiles, kitchen, so on and so forth. But then, oh wait, what's that? It's a hatch. A hatch to where, I hear you cry? Well, let's have a look.
That looks like it goes in pretty deep.
Okay, so he goes down in there and what does he see? Let's have some still images for you so you can get the whole picture because the video is pretty freaky and bumpy. Okay, I'm saying that is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen, but at the same time, adds a lot of value on the rent, right? Imagine all the storage in that murder bunker. Hurrah! Coming into number 4, we have the tape room. Redditor Lumberjack went pretty viral with global news articles written about their creepy findings, which they posted onto the social media site. So it all went down in May 2014 when the Redditor posted images of a mysterious panel in the wall. Here it is. Okay, so obviously he opened up the panel. He then went on through a whole adventure through a carpeted crawl space in which he found a briefcase containing jewelry and a selection of foreign currencies. The worst discovery, however, was a box of videotapes labelled from 94 to 95. One of the tapes was inscribed with "No, no, no, no" on it, which doesn't sound great. We don't actually know what's on it though, the Redditor didn't tell us. They also found a note that read, "Save yourself." Not looking so good. Lumberjack said that they were asked to delete the post by a local sheriff who was investigating a murder. Coming into number 3, we have the walled up room. There is a Reddit thread on No Sleep called "Never buy a house with a walled up room," and do you know what? Like, I guess don't. I think that's good advice. Don't do it. Why? Because of the old act of incurement, which is the act of bricking someone alive in a room until they die and then just leaving them there. Good, joyous. There have been so many instances of people tearing down false walls and finding bodies. In July 2013, the hidden skeleton of a woman who'd been missing for 28 years was discovered when contractors found a false wall in the basement of her old home. Another body was described as being skeletonized with the hands tied with a rope. Murder. Murder! It seems that also the bishop who haunts the infamous Borley Rectory in England was incurred. Bricked in a wall, he now throws bricks at passers-by and like, I kinda get it. Coming into number 2, we have the secret bunker of Denver Airport. There are a lot of rumors and legends that Denver Airport in Colorado is sitting on the top of a secret satanic lair. Hints and clues come from a hellish looking blue horse with glowing red eyes. What is this horse? Oh, it's only the Egyptian god of death. Good! Great. Thanks, Denver. Also, the sculpture fell on its creator who later died as a result of his injuries, so I'm not feeling good about it. There are also murals inside the building that look kinda swastika-esque, and also there are an uncomfortable number of triangles. The real crux of the conspiracy is that the airport is just so big. Like, why? Not all of that space is being used. Former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura thinks that Denver Airport sits above a giant apocalypse bunker for government officials. But the majority of conspiracists think that the underground labyrinth is used as a secret meeting spot for Satanists or the Illuminati. Denver, what is going on? Finally, Coming into number 1, we have the hidden chamber of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Most of you watching will have heard of the curse of the pharaohs. When King Tutankhamun's tomb was opened up in 1922, the legendary curse of the pharaohs was a main topic of conversation and continues to be an enduring legend. Basically, the archaeological discovery was dogged by a number of untimely and mysterious deaths from those involved in the excavation. This led many to believe that Egyptian curses are pretty real. Okay, so with that in mind, what if I tell you a whole new room has been discovered in the Great Pyramid of Giza? The Heritage Innovation Preservation Project has been working with Cairo University and the Egyptian government to scan the Great Pyramids. Yes, scan. This is super hi-fi modern day tech stuff. Scanning! In 2017, the pyramid housing the tomb of the great pharaoh Khufu showed a mysterious and spooky void when it was scanned. Khufu. What a name! Khufu! I wish my name was Khufu. Built in 2560 BC, this weird void has been locked away and secret for over 4,000 years. Now the void stretches for at least 30 meters above the Grand Gallery, an ascending corridor that links the Queen's Chamber to the King's Chamber in the heart of the pyramid. A void in the heart? I don't like the sound of this. I would not want to be the one who goes in to investigate this scary hidden room because, well, curse me once, shame on you, but curse me twice, honestly, shame on me. Humans, honestly, we just need to leave things alone. Leave them to the Egyptian gods. Let them have their business. Thank you guys for watching. Do let me know if you have ever discovered anything creepy and which of these rooms you think is the scariest. Which would you least like to spend a night in? Let me know in the comment section down below. Before I go, I'm going to read some comments from the top 10 scary government secrets soon to be declassified. Boyle said, the government killed Phil Schneider for knowing and talking about aliens and deep underground military bases. Okay. Kelly Bennett said, I believe the US government knows more about aliens. I kinda do too, but I don't know. We'll see. Two Broke Guys said, Rebecca Felgate's all like, I want a feast. I want a bean feast. Cream buns, donuts, fruitcake, no nuts. So you can all go nuts. Now. Did I say that in the video, or are you just reading my mind? Because that does literally sound like something that swims through my mind on a daily basis. Feast! Now! I want a feast. I want a feast. Okay, so I'm gonna go because I've literally snapped. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please do leave a thumbs up on it. Share it with a friend. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate, and I'll see you guys soon.